I'm always worried when I watch a film that's beloved by like almost everyone that I'm going to be that 1% that didn't enjoy that film. But luckily for this film, that was definitely not the case. I watched A Nightmare on Elm Street, and I'm going to go over my spoiler free thoughts. Then after that, I'll go over my spoiler filled thoughts. Teenager Nancy Thompson must uncover the dark truth concealed by her parents after she and her friends become targets of the spirit of a serial killer with a bladed glove in their dreams, in which if they die, it kills them in real life. As I said in my intro, I was pretty worried I wasn't going to like this film, but luckily I did. I had a pretty good time watching this film. The dream sequences in this film were a whole lot of fun. Definitely some really creative designs and imagery. I definitely want to watch a behind the scenes video on this film because I'm really impressed with the visuals, and especially for how old the film is. It's not that old of a film, but it's still older, and I'm very interested to see how they were able to achieve some of these visuals. There were definitely some body horror elements and fairly gross scenes, and it was a bit bloodier than I thought. Though, to be 100% honest, it's not that gory of a film, but there are at least two pretty gory scenes. One in a bed. If you know the scene, you definitely know the scene. This movie is also not a slow film. It really gets into the fun parts pretty quickly. I would say there is a chunk in the middle of the film where nothing that crazy happens, but I don't think that's a bad thing, as the stuff that was going on during that chunk was still important to the story, and it didn't feel like it was just some filler. The film also isn't very long. It's about an hour and 30 minutes, so it's a pretty good watch if you don't want to sit down for one of those like 2 hours and a half movies. I would say I wasn't as invested at the end of the film. That's just because my immersion was kind of broken. I had to do something, so I had to take a little break from watching the film. And so when I got back in, I think my immersion was broken a little bit. I also thought, Freddy's design was also really cool and unique. And funny enough, I don't know why, but when I went into this film, I was kind of expecting Freddy to be a bit more of a quieter character, and he really isn't. So I was surprised. That's not a bad thing or a good thing. Well, it's probably more of a good thing in my opinion. But I was just kind of surprised that I don't know why I expected him to be more quiet like Jason Voorhees. As someone who hasn't seen the sequel yet, I'm excited to watch A Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I'm hoping it keeps its insane dream visuals and body horror elements. I'm also hoping for some crazy, maybe a little absurd, possibly nonsensical style kills. Okay, now I'm gonna go over my spoiler filled thoughts. I was surprised by the amount of blood in Tina Gray's death, and especially Glenn Lance's. I mean, Glenn Lance's death is blood soaked. It's the scene where he gets sunk into the bed and then blood just starts shooting like all over. I thought it was really cool, and I was surprised by the body horror elements. Like there's a specific scene where Freddy like cuts open his stomach and it's full of bugs. I thought it was pretty gnarly. I'm hoping I can show you a picture of it, but I might not be able to because YouTube probably won't be happy with me, but if I can, I'll try to show you. And honestly, those are my thoughts for this film. I had a pretty good time, and I'm definitely excited to watch the second film. I would love to know your opinion on this film. You've probably seen it. Most people have, it seems like. I just only recently saw it for this video, so I would love to know your opinion on this film. And with that, bye.